What is your definition when you say, being a part of a team? What does that mean to you?
Yeah, to me, being a part of a team is sharing values and holding a brand with a group of people. So, when anyone comes to me and say, hey, I think I want to be a part of a team, or I want to be on a team, that's a newer concept, because when I first got into real estate, there weren't as many teams as there are right now. And I think it's because of what you were saying before. We have to leverage different skill set from different people on the team, but also being able to come together as one to build your business. So
Mm.
whenever anyone comes to me saying that they want to be a part of a team, the first thing I ask them is, who do you want to be as a realtor? So once you figure out who you want to be or where you want your career to go, then you can align yourself with which team best meets that. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does. So really starting and getting clear on, I mean, it's the whole oxygen mask concept, right? You gotta know, make yourself strong, but also, really uncover the capabilities and the things that you bring to the table. My mind goes to, really falling in love with Working Genius lately.
Mhm.
Um, and really, all of the assessments, the disc assessment, colors. I mean, there's just so many of the different type of assessments and things out there. Predictable success quiz. Those are some really good ones that help
Yep.
you uncover what you're the best in the world at.
Yep.
How much stock do you put into um, being able to get feedback from people that genuinely value you and are not afraid to tell you what you need to hear and not just what you want to hear, but they give you some tough love. How much do you value that in helping you really get clear on kind of what you should do and what you shouldn't do?
Absolutely. I mean, I'm a very genuine and candid person. So whenever someone comes to me, whether it's a client or even a real estate agent, I try to be as clear about who I am, so that to make sure that we are aligned in our vision. So I like to work with agents that appreciate that honesty, appreciate that feedback. But also, what I do want to point out is that being a part of a team means, I mean, in my definition, is co-branding and coming together and collaborating together, and in each other's geniuses. However, there's so many different teams that run it completely different. So when you even think about being a team lead, for me, I just kept thinking, make a team that you would want to be a part of. Be
Mm.
be the team leader that you would have wanted to have. And so I'm very clear on how I run our team, and the things that we do and do not do, and the values that we hold. And I like to be upfront and to be clear on that, so that when someone does raise their hand and say they want to be a part of it, they understand fully what they're signing up for. And then I also want them to understand that if it does not fit, your personality with my team, there's somewhere for you. There's so many different teams out there with so many different ways they run their team, the different, values they stand on, the different team splits they have, the different benefits and perks of being a part of their team. I think once you figure out, who you are, and making sure that you're able to take that feedback and that criticism, or, I'm a little more gentle, but some people are, a little aggressive, and you may need that type of aggressive team leader, or you may need that type of accountability, or you may have that time where you say, okay, I need someone every day telling me what to do, or I want to run my business as if it's a job or a salary position. Or you can say, hey, I want to be an independent contractor. I want, leisureness. So I think understanding who you are and what you need in your business is a first step of understanding what team to be a part of.
I love that. Some self-analysis and do you take into consideration, I guess, two things as you were talking, one was, um, what's important to you based upon kind of the stage of of the career, right? So you're 6 years in, so you got to see things right before,
Yep.
then right during, and then, coming out of, back into what, some markets already starting to see a little bit of a balance, starting to see inventory, stay on a little bit longer. So you're starting to kind of, get a full feeling for all the well-rounded of the market, but how much do you, really challenge, individuals coming on to really get clear based upon the stage of your career, what's important for you at this time? And I think, maybe they're not problem aware. So how do you help them become aware of what they're really going to need to, really jumpstart their career, but also keep
Yeah.
it going?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing that I try to do is stay open with my team members. So I'm still learning. And everyone, any team leader that says they know all the answers, they're lying, because
Mm-hmm.
this market is so crazy and unpredictable and up and down. And we went to, I think, 3 different seasons this year alone in the market. So I try to be as candid as possible that I'm still a learner and that I'm still learning. So I tell my agents about my deals that I'm working on. I'm very an open book. So I'll even tell them the themes of my career. Like, oh yeah, I remember going through that theme year 2 of my career. That was something that I had to overcome. And then year 3, there was a different theme. And so that way they kind of know what to expect, but they also see the other side of it. A lot of times when you're in the business and the problems come, you start to get in your head and think that, I don't know how I'm going to get out of this, or maybe this isn't for me, but to see someone who made it out on the other side, or
Yeah.
who's still fighting on that other side, to say, hey, I've been through there. I've lost some deals before. I've had clients like that before. This is how I navigated it, or this is how I kept my spirit up moving forward about it.
Yeah, you always kind of joke. I mean, there's an element, especially in your position, kind of in that team lead position. You got to have, element of life coach that you have to bring to the table, to be able to navigate. I mean, it really falls back on leadership. And,
Mhm.
what I would challenge everybody, and I love your take, at what point do you not give up on being a part of a team and in abandoning it because you talked about, right? You got to find the right fit.
Yep.
And based upon, I think, your style, I think based upon where you're at in your career, but, from an advice standpoint, talking to agents, it's like, listen, you can jump too soon and try to do this on your own. What type of leadership and guidance do you give them to say, hey, if this isn't for you, find another team. You're just, sometimes it's not the right advice to say you're not ready, but you're not ready to
Yeah.
do your own thing yet.
Absolutely. What I try to do is try to just see it from their perspective. So wherever they're going through or whatever they're feeling, this is year 3 being having a team, and thankfully we just hit number 9 in Georgia for the month of September, and it's been a journey. I've lost team members, but the team members I have now, they're pretty solid, and we've been together. The longest has been 3 years, and the shortest has been 2 years. So I've had a close-knit team, but in the middle we have lost some people, and I had to sit them down and think about, okay, what is it do you truly feel like you need, and what do you think that you may not be getting from the team?
Mm.
And is that aligned? Is it because I am not available, or is it because you're not taking full throttle of what is available? Or are you not really, a lot of times, and we see that with brokerages, where people jump brokerages and they move around, is because, oh, I'm not getting this from this brokerage, or oh, I'm not getting this from this person. And when they find at the end of the day, they're still left with themselves. And
Yeah.
so you have to realize, is it a me issue, or is it an alignment issue? Where, you could look at, for me and my team, we don't give leads on my team. I like to teach my clients my agents how to fish. And so I don't give them leads. But if you're a certain person that comes from a certain background, you may need to be a part of a team that gives you leads so that you can feel like you have a good footing. And so that's something I'm very upfront about. And then, I think you do have to play around to see, what is right for you, what may be a better fit for you, just like with brokerages. You got to kind of do the same thing. So I think, I never take anything personal, and it's never hard feelings. So with me, I'm very business minded, but I'm also a human. So, and I also want everyone to win in their own right. So if your winning does not look like being a part of my team, I'm not going to not wish you well, you know?
Yeah.
So I'm really going to help nurture you. I've had an agent who was brand new, and I've sent her somewhere else and connected her with another mentor, mainly because of what she needed did not align with what I could do. But I know someone else that could help that person.